Thanks to advancements in DNA technology, long-gone cold cases have begun to heat up. We have the facts. Before DNA, the criminal justice system relied on things like bloody footprints, hair analysis, and good old word of mouth. But 1986 changed all that when English geneticist Alec Jeffreys developed the first ever application of DNA science to be used in a criminal investigation: DNA fingerprinting. Each person has a unique DNA profile, making it easy to tell person A's DNA from person B's. This kind of DNA profiling is used for paternity testing, identifying bodies or remains, studying inherited disorders, human history, evolution, and even catching poachers. Remember Jack the Ripper, the infamous serial killer who terrorized London in the late 1800s? Well, a forensic investigation identified the killer as 23-year-old Aaron Kaminsky, after scientists matched mitochondrial DNA, or mtDNA, from a shawl left at a crime scene to samples of Kaminsky's relatives today. mtDNA is DNA inherited from mother to child. Upon closer examination, forensic biologists can link a suspect by sampling mtDNA from relatives. The odds of two people having the same 13 patterns in their DNA is 1 in nearly 100 billion. It's the reason why you're seeing so many people track down their biological parents or ancestral roots with sites like 23andMe and Ancestry.com. 44 years after the Golden State Killer's crimes, which included at least 13 murders, more than 50 rapes, and over 100 burglaries, authorities matched DNA from one of his crime scenes to a genealogy website that's used to find people's relatives. From there, authorities found Joseph James D'Angelo, a former police officer. If you're familiar with serial killers, you've probably heard of the infamous Ted Bundy, who confessed to killing 30 women in the 1970s, but was suspected of killing as many as 100. Well, in 2015, DNA testing helped police confirm a missing Utah teen was actually killed by Bundy. And DNA testing isn't just a way to put people behind bars, it's also used to overturn convictions. David Vasquez was convicted of rape and murder in 1984, but DNA evidence of hair from a different suspect exonerated him 4 years after the fact. In doing so, it revealed Timothy Spencer, who became the first person convicted of murder based on DNA evidence and was later executed. There are other developments in crime technology that have revolutionized forensics, such as CT scanners allowing doctors to perform virtual autopsies, DNA phenotyping to conjure up the physical likeness of a person based on their DNA, and bacteria analysis giving researchers the data to determine time of death. Old methods of evidence gathering, like hair, fingerprints, bite marks, blood splatters, and handwriting, have all had their validity called into question. With all things technology, the idea that your DNA could one day be used to solve a murder might not be as far-fetched as it seems.